First week back after a week off from belt promotions and belt testing. Um, Next week will be the start of the new 3 month cycle, and we're going to be heavy, heavy, heavy into drilling um, this cycle. Um, I want the techniques to be muscle memory embedded. If you get into a situation, a fight, you know, some kind of life or death situation, or in the cage, or somebody just grabs you, I want your muscle memory to take over. Thinking works fine, part of the time of a fight. You got the strategy, you're thinking what to do, but as soon as you get hit or you get under pressure, a lot of times your instincts take over. And if those instincts aren't well trained and embedded into your muscle memory, it's not going to work. Okay, so um, I want drilling, drilling, drilling. Okay, I want your punches to be hard. I want them to be fast. I want them to be crisp. I want your elbows in. I don't want when you start getting wild and you start getting excited. I want this kind of technique, and I want it to be crisp. I want your techniques to be embedded into your muscles. Okay. Another thing we're gonna do is we're gonna push hard in the conditioning. Okay, it's very important to your life, health and fitness. You know, that's number one. I mean, you can have money security, that's great. Education, that's fine. But without your health, you just die. It's like, that's the most important thing you have. Without it, you have nothing else. Education is great, but without it, I mean, a lot of people survive just fine. They even get rich. Without money, a lot of people are happy and get by. Okay. Without your health, you're not. So your health and fitness is number one. So we're gonna really push that hard this quarter, and we're gonna. That's part of our way of life. It's our culture. It's the Pit way. We're not teaching techniques, and we're not gonna drill just the technique and learn fancy stuff. We're gonna get in shape, and we're gonna be fit, robust, tough, healthy, and learn the best techniques in the world. Okay, one without the other, just isn't going to do well. But no matter how many techniques you learn, if you're out of shape, if you're weak, if your heart isn't strong, you know, you get the point. Okay, so this week's techniques really simple, really basic. Inside leg sweep. Okay, remember, kick it low and don't telegraph it, and it's just a little bump to get your opponent off track. There's a video on the pitonlinedojo.com, and password is the same as always. It will be in this email, um, and the other one is defense against a front bear hug. And you might think somebody gives you a bear hug from the front, you know, what else can they do? Because their hands are around you, they can't punch you, they can't kick you, you know. But next thing you know, you're going to be up in the air, suplex, and your head's going to crack on the concrete. Okay, or they'll take you down some other way. Okay, usually when someone front bear hugs you, it means they're about to lift you and launch you, or take you down somehow. So you need to react quickly. Okay, so that one, the video's on as well, and we're gonna do the first strikes. I'll do like one every week, 2 or 3. But we are going to be tested this cycle on first strikes. I think I'll just go. I'll probably do 3 a cycle and test you guys on. There's 13, so there's the videos on the first one. Again, this is a review, so we're gonna go in order: 1, 2, 3, 4, and just keep going that way, and then recycle again. Okay. But we will be testing those because I love those drills because they do help create that muscle memory of street defense. Okay? So, quiet! That's Ginger. Anyway, so first strike scenarios, a lot of hard hitting drills, a lot of hardcore conditioning. Remember, it's our pit culture to be in top shape and be strong. Okay? And that's what we're going to continue to do. All right. So we got that first week of the cycle. Let's see, what else do we have? We have our our news. Let's see, we got some fights coming up. Fights last week. Um, the Pit elevated in Utah. We had showdown fights. Our undefeated amateur and pro Mike Gahan lost his first one. Tough fight. Um, he got caught, and there's no two ways about it. He just got caught, and I think the problem with this fight was for him is I didn't know he was doing this, but he was studying his opponent. He found his opponent on YouTube and studied him. Okay, so he got into his opponent's game, and maybe it intimidated him, or just he started getting in his game. How's he going to fight that guy at his game? Instead of just training himself, let the trainer get the video, let the trainer get a little bit of strategy. But at the end of the day, I want my fighter to fight like my fighter and let his opponent worry about his strategy. Okay, you start getting too much into your opponent's strategies, then you're fighting his fight. And Mike Tyson never watched anybody's video. He didn't play anybody's game. He went out there and said, "I'm going to hit you with an overhand right," and he did, and he knocked them all out. You know, it is smart for a trainer to watch some fights of his opponent to catch trends and certain things he always does. But you fight different in every fight. So to me, fight your fight and let him worry about you. Okay? But I think that was his problem this fight. And he's been training really hard, works really hard. He's undefeated. I mean, that's his first loss in 11 or 12 fights. So, I mean, the guy's a stud, and he's going to come back, and he's going to be a champion, and I don't have any doubts about that. And he's a great human, and I love him to death, and he'll be back stronger. The rest of the Pit guys won. It was a good night for the Pit elevated. Ramsey's brother won by first round KO, and the rest of the guys won. So it was a good night overall, but I'm really sad about Mike. He was, it makes me really, if you guys know me, really upset when my fighters lose. I mean, it makes me crazy upset. I mean, it's not even, I don't even be there. But anyway, so he's back, and he'll be teaching classes this week starting Tuesday. Other than that, that's all we got. The Pit's going strong. I'll be going to Glover's fight next week in the MGM, May 25th. He's fighting. I'll be over there all week working with him, and he's fighting the 25th in Vegas. So we got that going. And just remember, train hard. When you're at that gym, push it all the way. Push it to the max, because that's why you're there. All right? All right, thanks for being part of the Pit, and I will talk to you guys soon. If you need me for anything, you know how easy I am to get in touch with. Email, text, Facebook, Twitter, I don't know, however you want. Get in touch with me if you need anything. All right?